3,
And
2, 1.
now,
Fuck.
now
Okay,
we're live.
good.
All right. So we're doing a little podcasty let's play thing here. I'm Dookie03.
I'm Mike V, 18, affectionately known as DGonline.
And we're doing this thing, and we don't really have a name for it, but I think I came up with like relaxed retro talk or something. So we'll go with that for the time.
Where we kick back and relax while we kick out the game, kick the jams.
we get a little Mako poisoning beforehand. So if you're wondering what's going on,
the materia crystals. Dude, I'm still laughing at that final screen of the Final Fantasy 16 trailer.
Yeah, so Mike just watched the Final Fantasy 16 trailer for the first time.
That was fantastic.
Yeah. We're gonna start a new game. So first thing that like blew my mind was like they were going back to the medieval setting finally. And like they're talking about the crystals and shit, and oh man, the Final Fantasy 4 fan in me just got the biggest boner when they did that.
Yeah, oh well, I mean, I guess.
So, I mean, every Final Fantasy has the crystal other than, like, 10, fuck, what else? Even 13 kind of did. Oh, fuck, I missed a thing.
Well, yeah, it depends if you're willing to extend it from literally saying crystal.
Yeah, I mean, the crystals, right? Like, materia is basically crystallized, life?
It's always the same thing, it's just
it?
called something different.
Yeah.
So, like, you had the life stream and the Mako in Final Fantasy 7, which was basically, like, you know, crystal, and like the way that the summons work and all of that kind of stuff, the magics, etc. It's always based on something like that. And then we're playing Final Fantasy 9 and they're gems, right? Like, it's kind of along the same lines.
Yeah, I don't want to say too much about Final Fantasy 9 because you're playing through it right now. But I mean, look at the logo in the Discord video I sent you.
Yeah, I had
that's
noticed that.
It's in there.
And it's also they used it for 4 too, didn't they? And then they switched it.
Oh yeah, the
like,
crystals.
Wasn't it always like the default?
The crystals were like even like Final Fantasy 1. I don't know. I haven't played 2 in a long time, and I never finished it, so I can't say much about that. And same with 3. I think 3 had crystals. But pretty much right from the beginning, the crystals were the thing, and it was always like the 4 crystals. But sometimes it's like one big crystal.
Chronicles.
The crystal, yeah, that I don't know about that game. Okay, but yeah, I guess like the myrrh is like a crystallized tree, right? It comes up from
it's kind of, you know, it's funny how they all draw on the same type of thing, but they can make it so vastly different.
Yeah, but it like the like final, they haven't had the crystal since like I guess 15 had the crystal. But still, it's nice that they have, like, the crystals. Like, each nation has a crystal. Because that's how it was in Final Fantasy 4. Oh, I have this.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know that, but that's awesome. That's what I'm talking about. It's,
Going back,
it's just, and it's the same, it's the same stuff, but it's so completely different.
So, and the other thing is fucking Nomura isn't making it. It's, the guy that writes, he writes the story for, like, the newer Final Fantasy 14 arcs that are apparently, like, really fucking good.
Like the online one?
So that's who's doing the story. And then the creators of Devil May Cry are doing the combat.
Oh.
So that's super weird. I don't know how I feel about that. It's gonna be better than 7Rs because I absolutely hate 7Rs. But it's still, like, oops, fuck, I had that over there. Oh shit!
Run!
Oh, it gone!
Oh, you could have made it if you would have gone for the helicopter.
Oh, I can still.
For the helicopters. If you would have gone for the helicopters.
Holy shit!
The elevators. You can still get it.
Oh,
yeah, boy.
brother.
Good.
Yeah, and this guy that's making it is known to, like, crank a game out in, like, 2 years. So, It's only Nomura that takes fucking 15 years to make every single game, and then it turn out like shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, everything about it looks really cool. I wonder if it's gonna play like MMO style though.
No, it's gonna play like you should move your hand over.
I didn't even see it in the middle.
God. It should play like the combat is gonna be like action based, but it should be a lot better than holy fuck. Than 15s and 7Rs. What? I just got double fucked 100 there, dude. I lost my flower and my big boy.
You did it.
But yeah, it looks good. And like they're not pissing around with the gore as you see in that one scene.
Right.
Just splattered all over that.
Yeah,
dude.
well I mean like it doesn't have to be over the top or anything like that, but I'm all for that kind of stuff where it's really helping sell the story. Like if they would have just like had like a scuffle or something like that, that scene would have been way less impactful.
Yeah. And then of course Ifrit is looking good. He always looks good.
He's
like,
always
Ifrit's one of the best looking summons in like every game.
Summon.
Yeah, he's usually like the first one you get.
Yeah.
Hey.
I don't even remember the blocks that you hit, so I'm just gonna kind of not do it.
Yeah, just so people watching this know, like, we're not big Mario guys.
Not very good at Mario.
So like,
I didn't play Mario.
So
I'm not very good at Mario.
I didn't really like.
That's how you do it.
Grow up. Oh yeah, you could do that. I didn't really grow up playing Mario, so. And like I've never played this version before.
Oh, what? I can't get that guy.
So. Oh! Holy fuck, dude.
We're good. There's a slight.
The reason we're going with this version. The reason we're going with this version is because we got 5 lives instead of 3, and we're probably.
And the Switch.
And it's on the Switch, so you can play online. Which is cool. So yeah, the other thing I was gonna bring up was like Final Fantasy 7R. You finished it, right? What did you think overall?
I liked it. It was different than I thought it was gonna be. It was obviously too short, and they shouldn't charge full price for that.
Right.
Putting that all aside, it was really good. The reason, I think one of the biggest reasons why I liked it though is simply just the nostalgia factor.
Yeah,
because it's like it's good to see.
Were you disappointed that it was different, or were you excited that it was different?
I would say I was indifferent, because I knew that it couldn't be exactly like Final Fantasy VII was with like menus and stuff like that, because it doesn't work that way with the fluid combat.
Oh, but stuff. I mean like the story.
Oh, the story.
Like the story stuff.
I mean, I'm ready to play the next one. I can see the avenue they took with it, which is kind of smart. It's not so much it's a remaster or not remaster. It's not a remaster. It's a remake. I tried not to get that backwards in my head, and I still fucked it up. And so with it being a complete remake, they've basically exercised the option to make this game different, because it's not that game. It's gonna have the same basic. Yeah. Like high level arc, but they're gonna make some changes. Dude, I've been yawning like fucking all day. Okay.
Yeah, same.
So what I mean is though that now me as someone who's played the game before will go, oh, I know what's gonna happen, and that might not be the case because they've kind of altered the storyline there, which I think is actually that's a smart play. It's because it's not a remaster. We're not redoing the old game. We're completely remaking the old game. So I'm all for making creative choices as long as it works out.
Yeah.
And the thing is that
my thing is like,
depending on the next game that they release is going to set the stage for whether or not the story is actually going to be good. Because if they start making those kind of director decisions and it's not part of the story, or it's not part of the guy who originally wrote the story, it's probably not going to end well.
So yeah, my thing, like I don't hate Final Fantasy VII, but it's not like my big game, right? So the way I look at it is if they remade like Final Fantasy 9, say, or 4, and changed and like completely like changed stuff.
Well, yeah,
I would be pissed
See,
off.
the thing is that,
you know, like I would want just a fucking like 1-to-1 remake with today's graphics. You know what I mean?
And see, the thing is, and that's the difference, is because that would be caught under the quote unquote remaster, where they just kind of redo, like they upscale the game basically, right?
Yeah, but I mean like a remake though, like still a remake, like not a remaster, like on the Switch and stuff, but like it looks like freaking it looks like freaking like a Yakuza game, like just pristine graphics, like today's graphics, but the exact same story. I would also like I'd also like turn-based combat, but I don't think they're ever gonna go back to it now,
was like,
you know?
See ya.
Yeah, that Star fucked me hard.
So I mean, I will say though, for the 7 remake, the story's not like different. It's not like Final Fantasy 7.
It's not very
7/2, right? Like it's not.
Yeah, it's not super different.
The storyline follows the other story actually pretty much on point. I would say that it uses keyframes from there, and then once you hit the end of the game, it's like, okay, things are going to be different, but it's still going to be the same story. It's just going to be flipped on its head a little bit. Until I actually play the game, I can't say that it's going to be bad, because I'm coming off the experience of the remake being good.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, I had a lot of fun with that game.
Yeah, I just wanted to get your take, because like you love Final Fantasy VII probably more than anybody that I personally know, right? So
yeah, I do enjoy Final Fantasy VII.
Would you have preferred if it was like a 1-to-1 remake but had the exact same graphics it has?
No.
And was the full game?
No, well, but no, I don't. I wouldn't prefer the exact same game and the exact same graphics on that game with the original Final Fantasy VII play. Everything else the same. And the reason for that is because I'm a firm believer in that you can never go home again. What that means is simply
fuck. It's stressing me out, man.
Where's that thing? It's on the other side here.
No, you're way past
fuck it. I don't need it. We're going to World 4, baby. Oh yeah, I'll see you in 5, bitches. I'm a firm believer in the fact that you can never go home again, and even if they remade that game with those graphics and that story, it still wouldn't be the original game.
No, I know that, but
somebody's gonna make a decision that somebody's not gonna like, and then that's it. The other thing is that you can't replace that. You know, like that feeling that you've had the very first time you.
Time you play it, anyways. Yeah.
It's no different than any other game, right? Like, I mean, I've told you how much I love Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I thought it was incredibly well done. And the thing is that
you got
I can put that game in now, and it's
shit.
While it's great, it's not as it was that first time.
Okay, hold on. What the fuck happened, dude? I think we're good. I think we're good.
Stop recording?
Oh no, my Switch controller disconnected as it does. Okay, we're good. So as you were saying that, I just like reached an epiphany. Like when you were saying like you wouldn't be able to experience the same as the first time anyways, right? So by them changing it, you did get
exactly, and that's what I'm saying. That's why.
Yeah, I never thought of it like that.
It's going to depend.
Holy fuck! Those guys don't die.
You got bone there. The thing is that everything is now hanging off the next game. And basically that's 100% on the decisions that the story guys make. Dude, this stage is so hard. It is so hard to play this stage and concentrate and talk to you at the same time.
While Mako poisoned.
It's just a bad combo. So, what I'm basically saying is, if they make decisions to, like, say Barrett's an alien now, right?
Yeah, that
so they make
dumb.
these stupid story decisions and ruin it. Okay, yeah, this is absolute terrible because they're morons.
Yeah.
But if it still carries the same, I don't even care. If it still carries the same
you want to know
essence of the original game.
Okay, dude, I can't beat Hammer Brothers.
Just wait
Like
till
this
they both
is like
jump
I
to
can't.
the top and then run through. They will both jump to the top. It'll happen. There you go.
Dude, that was so scary. No. Fuck.
That's why you don't. That's why you don't jump.
I
That's why you don't jump to level 8.
Hammer Brothers.
That's why you mess with the Hammer Brothers back here in 5. Get your practice in.
Yeah, it's cold in level 5. Fuck that shit.
Not only is this game floaty, it's icy floaty.
Yeah, but even when you're not on ice, it is. Fuck, what else was I gonna say?
Oh, right, that bullet bill came from behind.
How do you think they're gonna do, like, the second part, though? Because you get, like, Firiga and shit, you know what I mean? Holy fuck, you are dealing with that guy like he's nothing.
It's no problem today, and I remember there's a Hammer Bro there now.
Oh, nice, dude. But yeah, like, how do you think they're gonna deal with, like, your level and, like, Firiga and...
That's something
Don't you get, like, an all materia, too?
Yes.
Or is that if you beat it on hard mode or something?
Yeah, there is, but the thing was that you didn't need the all materia to cast to all. The game just gave it to you. Oops.
Oh god, dude.
the game just set it up already, so it actually took a step out, which I'm okay with. The materia system wasn't something that I absolutely loved in Final Fantasy VII because there's a few spots in the story. I don't know if we want to throw Final Fantasy VII spoilers down here or not.
Yeah, dude. I think everybody's played
I mean,
Final Fantasy VII.
it's been what, 40 years, 30 years. It's been 30 years.
At least 40. At least 40. Let's be real.
It's been 23 years.
Holy! How did I?
You're the worst with Hammer Bros.
Oh yeah, I'm so scared
so
of
funny.
them. I've never actually beaten Super Mario Brothers 1 because there's Hammer Brothers near the end.
Right.
Like right before Bowser, the final Bowser, there's
Just
Hammer
takes
Brothers.
you
I've
down
never
over
gotten
time.
past them. Yeah.
Oops. Okay, Final Fantasy VII spoilers. Coming back around to that. So there's a part in Final Fantasy VII where you go to Yuffie's hometown, and a bunch of stuff happens.
Or don't.
Or just don't. Yeah.
In my case, I never go. No.
Utai is very cool, and it's where you get one Leviathan. It's where you get the Leviathan summon from.
See, in my playthrough, you get Leviathan from the all summon materia.
That's too funny.
Oh shit, dude, this is terrible.
I'll just go out of the way. Anyway, there's a part in there where she takes your materia and then gives it back to you down the road, right? But when she gives it back to you, she gives it back to you all completely randomized. So you would have spent all this time custom building your character with the materia menu
system,
and then she just busted it all up and handed it back to you. And you can say, well, it's no big deal because you just write it down. You don't friggin' know she's gonna do it.
You don't know.
And if you do know, then that means that you're going into it having played it once. See previous comment about can't go back to the original playthrough.
God damn it, dude.
So
see, I hate the materia system sheerly because it's too tedious. That's the only 100%. Reason.
I don't like making sure that I've got 16 different pieces of equipment attached in a specific order.
Yeah, that's why, like, as much as people shit on the junction system, you can just swap the magic. You can literally, because, like, in Final Fantasy VIII, you've got, like, 3 party members in your party. I think 7's 3 as well, right?
Yes.
Like in your battle party.
People.
Yes. So you have one set of 3, like, you know what I mean, like 3 loadouts, and then you can literally, because it's magic that you're equipping, you literally just trade. You can trade all of this guy's magic to this guy, and then you just auto junction to whatever stat you want the highest, and it'll just automatically do it. It takes like 2 seconds.
The problem, I think, for me is I never learned how to use it properly, so it felt like a terrible system.
Oh, it's so good, but it's so easy to break the game.
And tasty.
Yeah, but one thing I appreciate the materia system for is, like, I think Final Fantasy VII probably has the best combat out of all of them, like, because the limit break doesn't force you to use it like 9 does.
System in 7.
The overdrive is probably, actually, honestly, 10 is my favorite battle system because it's turn-based. It's straight up turn-based. It's basically Dragon Quest combat, but a Final Fantasy game. Oh god.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I have 10, the remaster disc for my PS4, so I'm going to revisit that game again.
But 7, the thing with 7 that I like more than 9 or more than 10 is, like, the shit you can do in combat, like the Tifa death blow trick. Like, there's so many things you can do because of that customization.
Different ways to break the game. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, like that's like a lot of people look. Oh god, he's coming right for me. But that's like a lot of people like shit on me for loving Final Fantasy VIII. And it's not my favorite one, but I do love it. But it's because one of my, like, there's 3 things that make a JRPG, or maybe 4. There's these key things that make a JRPG, like, amazing for me. Number 1, like, you gotta have good characters. Like, you can have kind of a crappy, barely existing story if the characters are all fun and, like, just likable. And they don't even have to be likable. They just have to be really well done and interactive with each other and stuff. Another thing is, like, exploration. I just loved, like, that's why I loved Xenoblade Chronicles 1.
Yeah.
Was, like, the exploration was just breathtaking in that game. And you got EXP just to explore. Like, oh my god, that was like, perfect
that was really good. Monolith Soft is so good at creating worlds, it's ridiculous. And I had said to you, the Nintendo team used Monolith Soft to build the worlds in Breath of the Wild. I had no idea.
Oh right, you said that.
Yeah, and it makes cool. A lot of sense.
And that world is fun to just explore in too.
They're very, very good at world building. Incredibly bad at teaching you how to play their games. That's the one trope.
That's like their worst thing.
It's like if it's a Monolith Soft game, it's like, well, we're gonna tell you once how to play this, and then that's the end of it. Good luck, though.
Yeah, and sometimes in Xenoblade Chronicles X's case, 0. We're not going to tell you anything. We're not
going to tell you. You know what we were thinking in this one-off game that's nothing like the other ones.
Yeah, you need to do this quest, this side quest, in order to progress the story. But we're not going to tell you how. We're going to tell you the name of the side quest, but you don't know where the person is to even initiate this side quest. By the way, the world is more massive than any game you've ever played. Have fun.
Good luck. Call us if you have problems, or don't.
Yeah, that was my issue there. Like, you needed the Nintendo Power Hotline to play that game.
Just a guy sitting by a phone with a big binder full of cheat codes.
Yeah, dude. But, like, that's why I love Dragon Quest. Like, literally, the first 4, at least, Dragon Quest games, and then 11 as well, and 8 had done it really well. You're literally, like, exploring these worlds. Like, oh my god, that shit stresses me out. Your task is obviously, like, to take down the big bad in like Dragon Quest 1, Dragon Quest 2, and Dragon Quest 3. But you're exploring all these areas to make your way there. Like, the exploration, especially for like 8-bit games and like 16-bit games, is just so well done. Final Fantasy 1 is the same thing. Even Final Fantasy 2, the exploration was really good in that game. And then, but then you have like Final Fantasy 13, where it's just a hallway. Final Fantasy 10, same thing, just a hallway. Like, if you didn't have such a great story and such great characters in Final Fantasy 10 and such great combat, that game would have really been hurt bad, I think. Just because...
I don't remember anything about Final Fantasy X other than the ability web.
Oh yeah, I don't like that, but like the Final Fantasy creators are absolutely in love with it because they just put it in every fucking game now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
because 13 had the Crystarium, 12 had the license board, which was literally just the same damn thing. 7Rs is pretty much the Crystarium from 13. Oh god.
Like it's just a single ring kind of thing on each piece of weapon kind of idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
And
I get you want static points like that.
But the nice thing about the remake anyways of 12 is they brought the job classes back, because otherwise 12 was exactly like 10's, where every single character could learn every single thing, just like in 10, which I don't really like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of a sucker for just give me the class and the stats for the guy. Please don't make me build him, change him. Like, if this guy's a black mage, then he's the black mage. And he gets the spells.
That's what I like too.
It doesn't have to literally be called black mage. Call it whatever you want and fix it into the story. The way 9 tethers in the classes without giving the classes is very well done.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, there's nothing more to it. You don't have to add anything else to it.
So yeah, so we got characters, we got combat, we got world exploration, and then of course, what's important in all JRPGs, story, right?
But, I mean, if you don't have a story, you got nothing. Have you played RPGs
but you
that
can,
have,
here's
have
the
a
thing.
light story before? They're awful.
Yeah, but here's the thing, man. If you have all of those other elements, you can have a shit story and still have a good game. Like Final Fantasy V story, it's okay. It's nothing groundbreaking, but the gameplay, the world, everything is so incredibly well done that it doesn't matter.
That's where you and me are different, because I'm not an explorer or a collector. I want the lore story. I want to do the main story.
But that's what I mean. Like, everybody has different things they look for, right? In games, obviously, but in JRPGs, and that's why I think like a lot of people will disagree with like my favorite game choices, because those are the things I'm basing them on, right? Whereas for you, like, story is key. Like, I don't know what else is key, but like story is key. But for me, as long as you've got
after, where that's the switch. Is the story isn't number one for you. Yours is more about, I need to make sure that gameplay is rock solid, because if it sucks to play, the game's not going to be good. I don't care how good the story is.
Yeah, like, and like the characters and like
world design.
Story is obviously incredibly important to me. That's why like Final Fantasy IX is so big.
Yeah, you have to have story, otherwise there's no RPG. Like it's just like any other game.
I hate this.
But the thing is, for me, if the story sucks, and I mean, I don't mean sucks like it's not blowing me away at every given moment. I mean it more along the lines of like, hey, I beat that level that we're having so much trouble with.
Way to celebrate.
No,
like the story doesn't have to be. What? The story doesn't have to be fucking amazing if those other parts are there. That's what I'm getting at. Like
it can be a weak story, but it still has to be a good story.
Yeah. Like another thing where I kind of go back on that is Dragon Warrior 7, like Dragon Quest 7. Oh my god. One of the number one things, like I said, is characters. Dragon Quest 7 doesn't really have... It has, like, one good character, and he leaves the party like early in the game. Well, not early, but like halfway through the game. And it's like, but the story and world are so fucking well done in that game that it doesn't even matter to me.
Absolutely.
Like, I love when worlds just feel like so fleshed out and like real. Dude, if I can luck out and not have them up.
You just have to back.
But that's like a thing for me.
It'll go away. Yeah.
Like Dragon Quest XI felt like lived in. Even like Dragon Quest 3, like that's such an old game, but it just feels like each little like town you come to feels so like lived in, which is insane for a fucking NES
100%.
game.
And that's what I mean by story, more than just literally, if it were a book, it would be good to read. Like it,
Yeah,
I mean
yeah.
story. Like I care about the characters. They don't suck.
Yeah.
These things aren't
You care about
stupid.
the world.
There's not like some massive glaring issue that's like, wow, are you kidding me? I have to kill bears, but not. I have to kill black bears, but not brown bears, and that's it.
I have to kill Cave
Well,
Bear. I can't.
Cave Bear.
I love Cave Bear.
But I mean, like, it doesn't. The story doesn't have to be absolute blowing me away. It does have to be good.
Good.
The
Like,
components of it
not
have to be
shit.
good. Be like, you're
Yeah.
gonna travel the world, and it's a single city.
Yeah, that would be really bad. Wait, that's Final Fantasy 7R.
We come right back full circle.
You gotta travel the world, but it's just a single city.
Travel the world. This world is the size of our city.
Oh.
Run! Oh,
Fuck, man.
so close.
Give myself a little palm there. I don't know what other... That's kind of like the main thing I wanted to talk about with you was just like Final Fantasy 7R, because I hadn't actually heard what you thought of it after beating it and stuff.
I really enjoyed that game.
Oh, dude, this is the one.
Yep, there it is.
There's one more, though, isn't there? Ooh, you know what? Oh, I was going to see if I could kick the turtle at it.
Could have.
Dude,
No,
I'm
you're
so
good.
fucked.
He throws 3. Yeah.
Wah!
You're good.
Ah! Get away, plant! Oh, why are there so many?
Go. Like you see. Yep. Oh.
Fuck.
You want to jump?
Why are
you
there
want
so
to jump?
many?
Look at all that space.
I know.
Dun 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 dun. Yeah, I really enjoyed 7R. I thought it was very, very, very well done.
I didn't like the like new story stuff like pretty much at all, except one
But
part.
the thing is that the story's
but-
not done yet.
No, I know, but for that game,
Because the
but
way that they tied it off is that
there's a life here to the left, the space, the open space.
the way they
Yeah.
tied it off.
Sometimes it's not there. I don't know why.
Is really simple. We're in the world that you know, and we're entering a world that you don't, but they act at the same time. So to me, I'm wondering if this is like a. You remember when you finished Pokemon, whatever, Fire Red, and then you just played through fucking Pokemon Red right after it?
I think you mean
That's
like
what I meant.
silver. Silver and
Right,
then red.
but you finish one game.
That
you
is
literally-
that's a direct sequel though.
Right, but the thing I guess that I'm saying is it's the same game is still within the new game, but it's different.
Yeah, but it's different because it's like a direct sequel. But I think what would explain it better, if we want to use the Pokemon analogy, is the Pokemon. The Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire remake is totally a parallel universe to the
original
Game Boy Advance games. Yeah, they actually like they actually reference that, the fact that it's like a parallel universe. It's kind of cool. But
I didn't realize they were
so-
talking about like that it was actually different because I never played it. OG
oh, okay.
Omega.
Oh yeah. I didn't like Ruby and Sapphire like Gen 3 back then, but the remakes were
The
so
remakes
good.
were good. The game was okay. I didn't love it.
The thing that pissed me off was I was expecting you beat that world and then you go to Johto and that didn't happen. So I was like, what? If Silver could do it, why can't this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what pissed me off, and that's probably the only thing that actually left the bad taste in my mouth.
That's one of the biggest problems with Pokemon games and the Pokemon fans. No offense, I'm calling you Pokemon fans out, but you get so mad that the previous game wasn't included in every game going forward. And as soon as they introduce a feature, everyone expects it to be there for life. So,
oh man, but the Mega Evolution
but I mean,
should be, 'cause that shit was good.
How do you ever try something new if it's always the same thing?
Yeah, but like Sun and Moon had both.
Right.
You had the Mega Evolutions, and then the
I guess
what was the other one? Like the Z Power or some shit
or something. But it's just that is my point. Is it's the same stuff from before that they're carrying forward into the next game. And I mean, when they announced the Sword and Shield's a bad example here, but I'll tell you what I mean in a second.
Yeah.
When they announced Sword and Shield,
Giganta
the expectation was that it's going to be on the Switch. It's going to have everything that the 3DS games had. It's going to have all the Pokemon from everything from day one, including the new ones.
That sucks.
Like, by the time that you finish adding all of the layers on, it's no wonder that the devs are like, you know what? Screw it. We're not doing that. And I get it. But it sucks because you feel like you're getting a partial product because they've been carried through from the beginning.
Everything, yeah, that was
so
awful.
That's
man.
why
Sword
it
and
hurts
Shield.
when they're like, well, no, we're not putting that in, and then they add it in as a DLC to appease people. Well, they added in to appease the people that, you know, were like, you didn't put these guys in here. They should have put it as free DLC. They should not have charged money for it. But let's put that aside for a minute. It's got to be annoying to create a new game, because the thing is that for everyone you make mad by taking that old stuff out, you make mad for leaving that old stuff in. They're like, oh, this is the same game that was released the last time that I did this. Everything was the same.
Man. How did you not die from that bullet bill and then die from that pit?
I did. It was a delayed death. He shot me and I jumped in the air. He shot me.
I don't think anyone's ever complained that all the Pokemon.
I complain about all the not that all the Pokemon are in the game, but that every Pokemon game's the exact same game over and over and over.
Oh yeah, that's why I like Sun and Moon so much.
But that's my point. Is that
it changed everything like for the better.
Yes, but how do you top that? And I guess that's why I'm saying that I can't fault them for what they did in creating it. The piece that I can fault them are the really bad PR moments. Don't charge for the Pokemon that have been existing from day one, because it makes you look like greedy a-holes. But can you imagine if they were like, we can't get these Pokemon in the game? That was the story they were standing with. Ooh. That was the story they were standing with.
Here's the thing, though.
But I mean, if they added it in as DLC, the difference in the opinion would be way better if they would have said, hey, here's the other Pokemon that you wanted from the previous gens, and it's a free DLC, just download it, because it's because that's what it is. There's basically patching in the Pokemon that they wanted to add from day one. So if they wouldn't have charged for it, I think everyone would be big time in love with Pokemon right now.
There's no excuse though, really. I mean, you've got the Digimon games, which are both on the PS4 and Switch, with like 741 Digimon in there. And the other thing is, like, the world in Sword of Shield looks like a fucking
that's
Wii
exactly
game,
what
basically.
I was gonna say, is that.
And then you've got games like Breath of the Wild and Xenoblade Chronicles 2 that are just like breathtaking, and then you've got fucking Pokemon that looks like a Wii game.
Because it was created for the 3DS. Right? Like, the original game was created for the 3DS, and then when they realized that they were going to move it over to the Switch, or when the Switch got announced...
Is that what actually happened? Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was like
they finished Sun Moon, and then they were going to do the next game on the DS. But since they had to rechange everything for the Switch in order to program it for the Switch, that's why they were saying the Pokemon broke, they weren't able to bring certain ones in because of the way the coding is and stuff like that. So that's why I say, if they would have released the DLC as free, like, hey, we fixed these Pokemon, you can have them back now, right? Then it would have not only one played into their story, but then two would have made everyone been like, okay, well, this is going to be okay. Then they're going to get them added in eventually. I don't
You know
think
what
they
I
should
hope
have left them
happens?
out. That was a mistake. But if it was a technical problem, again, what can they do?
You know what I hope happens as a result of all of this, though? Like I reference Dragon Quest a lot because that's like my favorite franchise, but Dragon Warrior 2 was a like heaping pile of shit. Like the game, it basically it was the world was like 4 to 5 times larger than Dragon Quest 1, and they were just trying new shit,
Right.
you know? Like, what if we made this world massive? What if we added like all these extra party members and stuff, but they made like them useless because they didn't know, they're breaking new ground, right? But then Dragon Quest 3 comes out and it's fucking amazing because of what they learned from 2. Same with Dragon Quest 6. Dragon Quest 6 is like arguably, even like with remasters and everything, Dragon Quest 6 is arguably the worst one. But then Dragon Quest 7 was a fucking masterpiece. So that's what I hope happens with Pokemon, is like they learn from this and then they end up by way of like Sword and Shield being kind of a mess.
Yeah.
The next one's fucking
Well,
amazing.
I mean, everyone wants that to happen. I think that would be fantastic. But the thing is that, again, I don't think they screwed up from a game point of view or from that point of view. I think they screwed up from their tech support team or whatever you
How
call
did I
it.
fuck that up?
Whatever the group is that's responsible for doing the programming and all of that stuff. I think they fucked up there. And then the story writers probably had to scramble and then just make it work with what they had.
No shit, that would have
And
sucked.
then same thing with the people creating the game elements, right? So all of that makes a lot of sense to me. And then the PR group and whoever's responsible for setting DLC prices. That is why Sword and Shield sucks. It's not because of what you would think it is. It's because of all they would have had to do is give the DLC away for free. And it would have solved all their problems.
That's true.
It wouldn't have cost them much. I mean, really, I understand that they probably made a bunch of money on that DLC, but they made a bunch of money on the game already. And they knew that game was going to sell.
Nintendo's very stingy for like putting their own like named games on sale. Like you'll always see like Final Fantasy games come on sale
Well, you'll
all
find
the
them
fucking time.
once it's old enough, it's in the like 1999 bin, right? Like
yeah, and then but fucking Nintendo games you'll almost never see on sale. No. It's fucking so
Mario
Kart.
What
7, happened there? I got fucked.
Mario Kart 7 or 8? What's the one on the Switch from the Wii U?
I think 8 Deluxe.
Yeah. So I mean, it was originally in the Wii U,
$69.99,
right? 69, dude. It's 80. Yeah. It's $80. It's $79.99.
Really?
Yeah. For a game that was
fuck. For a Wii U game.
The Wii U.
Jesus Christ.
And they still sell it. That's the other thing, right?
Yeah. Because of all the Nintendo drones, they call them.
Mario Kart 8 was awesome, though. It was such a good game.
Never played it.
Mario Kart's one of those games that you have to have that's just kind of a chill. We should play friggin' Mario Kart sometime. We've done Mario Kart SNES, but...
Yeah, we've done
Mario Kart 64
Mario Kart
is
SNES
definitely
streams.
the best one.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll ever add... Oh, God. I wonder if they'll ever add 64 games to
I watched a video
Switch.
on, like, I don't know if you'd call it a conspiracy theory or...
basically
what their theory is on why Nintendo released Super Mario 3D All-Stars and why it's a limited release. And they had said maybe in March is when they're planning to release the Nintendo 64 online service.
That would make sense.
Switch.
That would make sense.
So they need to take down 3D All-Stars because it would be really awkward if you bought 3D All-Stars for $80 and then had it completely for free on the store.
Right, that makes sense.
So that was one theory that he had come up with, and then another theory was that this I mean, obviously that it's a marketing ploy and nothing more, but made it.
Yeah, that would totally make sense if they did that.
And then
actually,
they released the
I could see them
GameCube or
doing
something
that.
like that after, and who knows?
And then you still can't be mad because, I mean, you've got more than just Mario 64, right? You've got
Sunshine and Galaxy, which
the other
I mean,
one.
for someone like me, I played a little bit of Galaxy out of that list, a little bit, maybe an hour, maybe two, and then after that,
Yeah,
nothing.
I didn't at all.
I never played 64. I never
Never.
played Sunshine, and I basically never played Galaxy. So I'm looking forward to playing all three of those.
Mario 64, like, maybe it's because I'm such a dumbass, but I could never figure out what the fuck I was supposed to do. Like, it was one of those games where, like,
It just
there's a few games that... No, it kind of, like, hints and stuff, but I don't know. It's one of those games where, like, unless you grew up playing it, where you had the patience to, like, fuck around and find shit just by fucking around, then you probably love the game. But if you're playing it for, like, the first time now, or as an adult, and you're not really a Mario guy in the first place, and, like, all that... Oh, I did not know there was a star there. Then you're probably not gonna like it. But I consider it one of those, like, I call them, like, 8-year-old games. And it's games where, like, maybe I'm not smart enough or whatever, but I just play them like an 8-year-old, where I just, like, I'm just gonna climb this tree and do backflips off of it, and that is what I'm going to do playing this game. And that's kind of like, same with, like, Echo the Dolphin. I have no idea what the fuck you're supposed to do in that game. So I just, like, shoot up out of the water and do flips. Like, that's all I do. I get my enjoyment out of it by doing that.
I tried playing that game once, and I did the same thing. I was like,
So I call those, like, 8-year-old games, where it's like, alright, maybe I'm too stupid to actually, like, figure out how to play this.
That's a good point.
But this is how I'm going to have my fun.
You don't think about it the way that someone else would.
It's almost like you don't think about it the way the creators intended you to play it. Kind of, right? There's gotta be... Yeah, dude!
I found a secret! Da-na,
oh, I remember these. I remember these, like, cloud secret things.
Da-na-na.
It's kind of funny, because I'm recording the, like, all the audio and stuff, and the game audio, but I actually can't hear the game audio myself.
I got mine turned down just a little bit.
Yeah, I turned it down just so it's not picking up on my mic as well, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so yeah, talking about the 3D... What in the fuck? Dude, you are Omega glitching this game.
I'm
oh,
the
God.
best around.
Holy shit. You're like a master of the iframe in this game. Like, that's how you got past that Hammer Brothers, like, in that one spot, like, a million times. But no, back to that Super Mario 3D whatever thing. Nintendo's always, like, pissed me off, other than its support for Dragon Quest, because, I mean, we're talking about the company that has been selling us half a controller for full price since the fucking Wii came out. And then you're getting these, and Nintendo has, like, done all these lawsuits for, like, emulation and taken down all these emulation sites and cost them all this money. And then guess what? They cracked the source code for the Super Mario 6D or 3D thing. They're all ROMs running on emulators that the community built that they've been suing and shutting down. Like, oh, Nintendo, I fucking hate you so much. That's
the thing and those decisions really hurt things. Honestly, I was done with Nintendo consoles after the Wii U. I was done.
Did you actually got the Wii?
Yeah, I did. I picked it up because it was... Oh. it was
I got the Switch because it was like a gimmick. Like, I think everybody has a Switch or had one.
A Wii.
Sorry. And like, there are some good games on it. Like, I like it for arcade shooters and stuff.
Yeah, but it wasn't anything. Honestly, mine became a glorified Wii Sports
wasn't very
machine.
good. Yeah, dude. And then, like, pretty much since then is when Nintendo really, like, that was the end for me because of it was mostly because of the controller thing. Like, you're seriously gonna sell me half a fucking controller for $60? But anyways, it's just like the whole start of that, and they were coming out with all, like, everything gimmick. Like, it was so bad, and, like, the shovelware was absolutely horrific that I just hated Nintendo kind of ever since then. But then the Switch is, like, the most handy console. They've got, it's like a fucking JRPG shitting machine.
Oh,
like,
it's not good.
It's got everything on there.
Knocking
like
the RPGs out of the park.
Yeah, I could play every Mega Man game ever made other than Mega Man and Base. I can play fucking every Sonic game. I can play every fucking Final Fantasy, pretty much. Every Dragon Quest. Well, not every Dragon Quest. That's the Dragon Quest community is really hoping that they port the DS versions of Dragon Quest 4 to 9 on the Switch. But right now, they've got the original trilogy remade on the Switch. So...
Oh, really?
I mean, there's so many good JRPGs on there. They're not the best versions, though. I'd recommend playing the Super Famicom ones, and I can hook you up with those. But they're still on there.
Yeah.
Like, it's there.
No, 100%. I mean, I hate the fact that they're reselling these old games.
Yeah, dude. Especially emulated fucking versions.
And again,
that cost them $0, and they're charging like $79.
That's the thing. Again, we're at a point where you look at what they're giving you for the Nintendo Online service, and you get the NES and you get the SNES stuff, right?
Yeah, I like that.
Awesome.
I do like that.
Okay, so that's the thing, though, is that they're remaking these other games and selling them, when all they have to do is open up that service.
The whole fact that Nintendo always fucking is basically like, hey, by the way, they found that plastic no longer exists, so we can't print any more copies of this game. Like that, they do it all the fucking time.
The exclusive timed releases, and all that it does is it creates scalpers. It doesn't do
absolutely.
Else.
And the fake, like, oh man, sorry, we don't have any switches in. They just can't make them fast enough. It's like, no, or not switches, Wii's. Remember when the Wii came out? Nobody had a fucking Wii in stock because Nintendo was like, yes, we must make demand by not having them exist. It's like, dude, go fuck yourself. Get over yourself, Nintendo. That's the thing. They need to get over themselves.
Right.
Like, they think they're, like, above every other company, I feel. And, like, obviously, like, they've designed, in my opinion, the greatest fucking console of all time in the Switch. But, I don't know, man. You gotta stop treating your fucking fan base like... I mean, I guess maybe a lot of Nintendo fans are stupid, but you gotta stop treating them like they're stupid. You know what I mean? Like, people are gonna have to pay... Well, that's like even the SNES Mini and like the NES Mini. Why didn't they make a fucking million of them? Like infinite.
I'm never gonna do this.
You do the same thing every time.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Is that
it's fucking dog shit, man.
The artificial need is annoying. It's so annoying, and it doesn't get Nintendo more money. It actually gives scalpers more money.
That's all it does.
Because Nintendo doesn't sell any more or less than they would have. They just open up the resale market massively.
And I like that. I think the reason they do it is because then, yeah, they think they create like this demand that they're all gonna sell out no matter what. But you'd sell more if you just made more.
And that's exactly what I'm saying. Smack my mic out of the way.
All right, man. I will do save and quit so that if we ever do come back to this one, but I think for the next one we could do like Super Mario 2 or something.
Yeah, change it up a bit.
But anyways, thanks a lot, guys. If you enjoyed this, please let us know. I'll post a link to both of our Twitch channels. Mine's twitch.tv/Dukey03.
Mine is twitch.tv/DGonline.
And hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and we'll see you whenever we do the next one. Have a good one, dudes.